Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. We have another event. Where you can win the M4 FL10. It's the first auto reloading tank in the game. It has been for, I think it come for the Black Friday event, and I got this for absolutely nothing at all, and it's coming back for the spring event, and it looks quite easy. I mean, it's 10 battles. Your first 10 battles, and each 10 damage you get one leaf. So it's all about damage, and you've got 7 days to complete it. It says in this video that if you miss one a day, that you can still complete it, and to be honest, it looks quite easy. I think Pantoof did a video on this when it was leaked, and I think he worked out that you need around 1600 damage average. Now, personally, that's not too difficult. That should be quite easy to get, even for the average player. Now, we're going to watch some replays of the M4 FL10. It's actually a video I posted a while ago that's just never been released. I haven't released it, so I literally just, I'm not going to release that video. I've sort of re-downloaded it and added this section at the front of it. So you are going to hear me talking about some replays. It was made a while ago, so enjoy the replays, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Today we're going to be taking another look at the M4 FL10, the first auto reloading tank in the game. So before the Italians come in, Wargaming released this as a premium tank. Now, I managed to get this tank. Before, I didn't think, when it first come for sale, I didn't think it was worth the price that it come for. But then Wargaming put it in the event. They put it in, I think it was the Black Friday event, where actually it was quite easy to get the tank, and I ended up getting this tank for absolutely nothing. Just all it cost was a bit of time. I do apologise for any noise in the background. I'm actually again making this video at home, so we have Kieran in the background as a special guest for today. Hello, Kieran. Say hello. Oh, he's gone shy. He's gone shy. So this tank was absolutely free, and I did like this tank. When I first sort of played the tank and reviewed the tank, it's actually a really, really good tank. It's got not bad DPM. As we know, it's the auto reloading system, so you can fire all 3 shells off, and then you can just reload one at a time. And the reload's not too bad if you do that. If you're only reloading the sort of the first shell, it's pretty good. But what this tank, because of the auto reloading system and the low reload time, this is a professional kill stealing tank. You can really take a lot of kills. You can steal a lot of kills. You can go for the lower hit point tank, and you can just release your clip and then just reload one after the other. So it's a professional kill stealer, and we've got 3 battles for you today. One which we're seeing now, which is Turf War, and we've got 2 others, and all 3 of them is they get a few kills between them. And in fact, 3 battles, there's 21 kills. So I'm sure you know what is going to happen. So Turf War, again, he's got 3 kills. He's going to go and focus on the KV-1S, and now he can go focus on the Comet. Now, if he reloads all 3 of his shells, he could probably take the Comet out. So he's reloaded 2, and he's going to reload the first one. 1 shell, 2 shell, 3 shell, and he is gone. So it's a very good tank. It really is a good tank, and I really enjoy playing this tank. I haven't got as many kills as these guys have got, but the fact that it's the auto reloader and you don't have to constantly keep reloading 3 of your shells, because each shell you reload, I mean, the reload is not bad anyway. You're looking at 4 to 5 seconds for each shell, and of course you can come around 150 damage, 2 shells, and you haven't got anything to worry about from people stealing your kills. So Turf War, 3k damage, he gets the ace, and of course he gets the Resigning Medal. Nice little carry from him there. The tank does struggle a little bit in tier 8 because of the penetration. It's a light tank. Sorry, it's a medium tank. So it does suffer from penetration wise. But when you're top tier, it's such a good tank. And I would definitely recommend this tank to people, especially if you have started playing the Pantera and the Peugeot and the Standard B, etc. You will kind of roughly, you should know how to play the tank and what's the best way to play the tank. Whether you should reload your shells, whether you should just poke out like my man's doing here, and he's not worried about reloading each of his whole clip, his magazine. As long as he reloads one, then he's happy. I mean, what, 4.1 seconds for one shell, which isn't bad. And you've only got a 1.3 second intra clip, which is really, really good. And that, for me, is what makes this tank really, really good, is that intra clip is just so good that the reload, because obviously when you are shooting your shells, you've got to add the intra clip into that reload as well on top of that. So when you've only got a 1.3 second intra clip, it is really, really good, and you don't have to think about reloading each of your shell. If you've got a shot off, you can take it. Your DPM doesn't actually drop that much, so you've got that to your advantage. Obviously, when there is a tank that is like this LTTB that's around 300 to 400 hit points, I would probably definitely recommend reloading each of your shell, reloading all 3 shells before you go and attack, because you can take them out a lot quicker. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, if there's a tank in front of you, don't think, oh my god, if I reload all 3 of my shells, I should be able to take him out. But that means you have to take damage from the guy before you reload them shells. If you've got the shells reloaded, if you've got 1 or 2 shells reloaded, just shoot. Just shoot them. It will scare them into thinking that you've reloaded as well. So it's not just the fact that you're going to do more damage. As soon as you start shooting, if people know about the auto reloading system and you start shooting, they're going to think that you've got 3 shells. I mean, don't let them know that you're on a reload, because if they know you're on a reload and they know that you're wanting to reload all 3 of your shells, then they might attack you and you'll be taking damage when you don't really need to be. So if you've got the shell, especially in this tank, just shoot it. Just shoot it. Don't worry too much about reloading all 3 of your shells. So Woo Woo Bar is who we're looking at now, and already he's got 5 kills and he's on 2.5k damage. Just look at that. There's no way that he is penning that T28 from that angle. I mean, the T28 is a good, heavily armoured tank anyway. So he does need to be careful. And of course, his platoon mate is very low hit points. The AMX 1375 is also quite low hit points. And when you're this low hit points, the T28 concept is not really a tank you want to be coming in front of. It's definitely a tank you want to be coming behind. So he's going to relocate. He's going to relocate. No one wants to be in front of him, and so they are all relocating into different positions. One to the left or 2 to the left, and he's going to the right, and hopefully he will be able to get the VK, who is, I'm sorry about that, the VK is very low hit points, so it's still going to take him 2 shells. As I always say in my auto reloading, Kieran, as I say in all my auto reloading videos, if you can, only if you can, and if you've got no shots, then yes, it is worth reloading each of those shells, like all 3 of them, because 1.3 seconds, so you're going to get you're going to get 3 shells out in 2.6 seconds, which is pretty quick. But don't worry about it too much. I mean, like, don't go hiding or anything like that just to reload the 3 shells. If you've got the shells, shoot them. If you've got no shots, then reload, or of course go for the reload. So now that the team has gone to the right, it's taken the attention of the T28, but it is just him and the AMX, so he needs to get around. But he is a two-shot. He either has to get there pretty quickly, because the T28 is pretty close to the AMX, and the AMX has now just dropped down, and the T28 is actually going to follow. So as you can see, he had no shots, so he is going to reload. And there, I mean, he had one shell reload, and he still went for it, because the T28 was dropping down, and even though he missed his shot, it was still worth getting, because after that one shell that he shot, he no longer had any shots. So if you was reloading, then that would have actually been a waste. I mean, it ended up being a waste anyway because he missed. But if you've got the shots, take the shot. Some people or some other YouTubers will have a different opinion, and that is absolutely fine. There's so many different ways, Kieran, there's so many different ways to play an auto-loading tank, and that's what I love about this tank. It's just, you can play it as an auto-loader, you can play it as a single shotgun, you can play it as an auto-reloader. There's just so many different ways to play this tank. So Woo Woo is now on 3.5k damage, and he's just taken a shot, but again, he is able to just to reload the one shell and take the kill. So 3.7k damage for a tier 7 medium tank is pretty good. 1400 base XP as well, which is pretty good in a tier 7. And again, he gets the 7 kills. So last up we have Kyle Victor Dorian, and again, he is top tier. And there's only actually 3 tier 7s. So this game should actually be quite a fun game to play when you are top tier. When you're tier 8, when you're up against tier 8, the tank won't seem as good as it is. But I really rate this tank. I really do rate this tank. It's not got much armor, so you're not going to bounce too many shots. But it's just a fun tank to play, and that's what I love about tanks. I mean, they don't have to be OP. It's definitely not OP. It's completely, for me, it's completely balanced. Some people will say it's OP. Some people will say it's absolutely shit. But I honestly rate the tank, and I actually think it's a really, really good tank. He took a nasty shot there from the KV2, 647 damage, and there was actually no need to take that damage. It was very, very risky. So now he has to actually be careful for the remaining of the game. So there is now one tank down on his team. He's lost quite a lot of hit points, and now he's coming around where there are 2 other tanks. So at the moment, he's not getting shot at. He gets a 200 high roll there, and somehow that T23E3 takes the shot. And he's doing exactly the same. I mean, he doesn't take a shot there. He does take a shot from the E2 there, but he's not worried about reloading each of the whole clip. He's reloading one shell at a time, and if he's got the shot, he's going to take it just like we see there. So the team are pushing, the E2's pushing, he is backing up, he's got now 2 shells, he misses the first one, but luckily one of his teammates shoots him, and he's only going to need the 1 shell to clear him for his first kill, bringing it now down to a 5 versus 6. Now, he's going to wait back. He has to wait back now. He's got no choice. The enemy are pushing. He's a 1-shot to the SU. He's a 1-shot to the KV2. So he has to be really, really careful. But his team are getting pushed. That was actually a really good push there from the enemy team. They all started pushing at the same time. Now he's going to try and go for the KV2. Lovely track there. Lovely track there. But unfortunately just didn't get enough time to get the 3rd clip in. The third shell in to clear the guy. So he's got now what he's doing here. So he knows that the T23 is there. So he reloaded 2 shells because he knew it was going to take 2 shells to clear that guy. And that's perfect use. That is absolutely perfect use of the auto reloading system. So it is now 3 against 5, 2 against 5, and at the moment I can't really see how this can be a win, because the Sherman on his team is a one-shot. He's pretty much a two-shot, and there comes the KV2. Does manage to take him out, but just after the Firefly on his team dies. So for a short period, it was a 1 versus 5, and now he's just getting ripped apart. So he's on Shut It, says he, to his teammate who is all mouth. So he is now on 22 HP. 22 HP. There's the 88. You've got to be careful. He is going to go for the SU-152. And now he's got 1 shell remaining, and he is going to clear the T-25-2. So again, that was absolutely perfect use of the auto reloading system, and a 1 versus 5, and now it's a 1 versus 1, and the last tank on the enemy team is an 88. That is absolutely perfect, because if you can get behind that guy, 22 HP or not, you can really easily take the kill. And again, he's being very risky here. He's not, I don't know if he's spotted or not, but he manages to release all 3 shells, and he gets the final kill. So lovely Kyle, lovely play there, 3,000 damage. He gets the Kolobanov as well as the Rezani medal. So that is the M4 FL10. It's a very enjoyable tank. If it does come to store, I would definitely recommend buying that tank. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye.